damn. That's what's wrong with the community. In the human brain, there's a logical brain and the cognitive reasoning brain, and then there's the reptilian reactive brain. This is a fact. You can look this up. It ain't for me to make you believe it. Look it up if you don't want to believe it. But there's a logical cognitive brain and there's a reactive brain. Okay? Well, the cognitive brain works off logic and reasoning. In order to work off logic and reasoning, you have to have vocabulary and language. So if I reduce your vocabulary and your reading skills, then your vocabulary is limited. Thus, your images that you can produce in your head are limited. So if you can't imagine much more than a vocabulary of a third grader, I don't have to worry about you ever being a threat because your brain can't conceive of what it needs to conceive. And you're intimidated of reading. Because people, we put this in the school, they say, you can't read. They laugh at you reading. Why do you think that was encouraged on the under in the school, to laugh when a kid? Why do you think they did that reading out loud? That's one reason, using a guy that's public speaking. That's one. Another reason was to identify the kids that can't read and make mockery of it. To make other people be scared to learn how to read and get fearful of wanting to learn. And then you get the rebellious kids that don't want to read. And everybody know that they can't read. Well, that kid that can't read, did you ever notice that kid always got into trouble? Think about that. The kid that can't read always gets into trouble. You know why? Because he can't express himself. He don't know the words to express the things that are going on in his brain. And that's what happened to the slaves. We couldn't express ourselves. That's what happens in the community right now. They can't speak and relate to each other with logic and reason, so they resort to their reactive survival mode and their survival brain. Listen to them talk. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Every third word is what I'm saying. You feel me, my nigga? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because they don't have the vocabulary to express themselves. That's all I'm saying. You know, this shit is deep, man. This shit is deep. We got to get to stop speaking the King's English and worry about the King's English and just learn how to teach our kids to start to read. Because reading opens up the imagination. They got us on this motherfucking computer and this virtual reality shit. And this shit is going to have us fucked up. We got to start reading again. We got to open up our vocabularies. We got to learn how to communicate. Because that's going to open up the mind to be creative. You'll be creative when you have the vocabulary to see things in your imagination, because only through the imagination can a reality be built. You can't build shit you can't imagine. It gotta start in the brain. From the brain to the word to make these motherfucking hands do it. By the brain, they see an image in this motherfucking head, and they see it. And in his head, they see that image inside that head, and from that head, it comes down here and say, ooh, I want to make the motherfucking, little car with this, and it got blue, yeah, and it's gonna have this, and he's seeing it all in his brain. He's saying that, you know, I'm telling it real. They be like, yeah, I want to make, yeah, it's gonna have this, and then this motherfucker go out and he go get the material. He go, what you doing? And he found his head. It's gonna go right here, and this nigga done put together a damn thing. His mind thought it, found the materials, and then made his hands work it, grab it, cut it, move it and shape it with their hands to bring it to reality form. That is what is happening. And only way it can happen is when the mind has the vocabulary to fit the images. That's why it's so key. I like it. With the fucking pause.